Hello everyone, I80-386SX, and we got a random assortment of parts laying out here. What do we got exactly? Well, got an iPhone charging cable, the lightning cable, an iPhone either 7 or 8, some brand new Energizer Max 9-volt batteries, trying to see if there's a date on them for reference. They're guaranteed for 5 years. And let's see if we can get the camcorder. Yes, December 2025 is when they expire. A 5-year shelf life. So, pretty new. I do have 2 jumpers. Stuck to the... Yeah, so there's our 2 jumpers. We got a car power USB thing. Not sure what... Drawing a blank on what they're called for some reason. We all use them every day. And I do have a stack of hard drives which are going to be used just to keep the iPhone upright. You may notice that the picture quality is a little bit inferior compared to other recordings of mine. So I usually use an iPhone X for this exercise. Between the memory problems and who knows how long this video is going to be, I decided to take no chances and dug out my older Samsung. And I am pressing the power button, and this thing is just... Oh, no, we got signs of life. But anywho, we're going to see how long it takes for this phone to come back on, being from the dead. So we are going to... And I did try this experiment with a dollar store battery, and I left it sit for over an hour, and absolutely no good result came out of it. So, we're going to go move up to a little bit better brand. I'm going to try and open this thing with one hand. Alright. We're out. Let's get that out of the way. Before we do anything else, let's make sure that the battery itself is good. Yeah. Battery's on. We got good charge. So, a couple ways to go about this. If you're in a desperate situation, say like what happened in Texas, or you have an extended power outage, zombie apocalypse, God forbid, you could, in theory, take this end, put it on the positive terminal, and then put something conductive. Actually, before I even do that, let's get the iPhone in place here. I don't know what we're going to be able to do here, but let's get everything connected. And unfortunately, I always forget, with these charging cables, I have to take them out of the case. They're just too darn thick. Trying to still get this out of its case so we can actually do something with it, and I think I got it out. Oh, there we go. So, we're going to now plug in the iPhone. The cord itself does have an LED on it. Alright, so let's... Hopefully we don't knock the thing over. It's not the best setup, but in theory, you'll take this end here, and it's something conductive. And not working here. Oh, yep, here we are. So I want to try something else here. Let's plug the phone in this way. maybe we'll use the case itself to prop it up a little bit more. Maybe okay, so third time's the charm. Again, we take the pointy end here, positive terminal, something conductive, negative terminal, and there you go. We have light on the, and the phone looks like it's charging. So I'm going to make this a little bit more stable for my purposes, since we do have jumper cables, or the alligator clips. And I have a blue one, which I'll use for positive, if I don't break it off first. One side is on. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I realize that most people probably don't have the objects in their house readily available. No worries. There are ways to improvise. At the end of the day, as long as these two ends don't touch each other, you should be fine. And now we're charging. So now the challenge is, how long will it take before this phone will turn on using a 9-volt battery? And I will point out that if you do get desperate, there are far better options, but this 9-volt battery idea is really bottom of the barrel, last resort option. Again, like zombie apocalypse or power up days, what happened in Texas, would all be grand examples of this. So even if you are down to regular everyday alkaline batteries, AA's, C's, and D's, they do output a lot more power than a 9-volt. I believe the Lightning charger, the Apple Lightning charger, puts out 2,000 milliamps. AA's all stringed together get you about 1,000 milliamps, name brand batteries, and 9 volts even less than that. I think it's 500 milliamps. I know the amperage, the unit of measurement, not all that relevant, but bigger is better. I think everybody can understand that. So until then, I was going to bring a stopwatch down here, but and this phone died or lost its last bit of juice about, I want to say, 5 hours ago. I think it finally went down for the count. It's still humming along. So let me go find a watch or stopwatch or timer, and we'll continue on. Well, actually, if memory serves me correctly, I could probably put a date time stamp on this, and that'll give you an idea. So, I'm trying to do a timestamp here, and if I'm going to cut off the video to do that, so magic of video editing, we'll get a timer going. Alright, we are back, and I don't know. Oh, yes, we can do this. I'm going to try and zoom out even more. And I do have a timer now. And we're going to start it. Hard drives make great tools for standing up phones, apparently. Double check that nothing has changed since I left. We are still charging away. And we got life. So I would say probably about 15 minutes. And I don't know the passcode on this phone. This is just a recycled phone, so my timer is not going to ultimately do much good, but we are alive. Let me try another iPhone. I did not anticipate the passcode problem, but it's live. This is another dead iPhone. So, we'll reset and we'll do that test again. Okay. Not a very dead iPhone, but well, so much for my timer idea, but so we will press home to open. I hope it doesn't come with any personal data here. And I don't know if you can tell. Flip this over. With this camera, it is a nightmare to do. Oh, there we go. It's even more of a nightmare if you don't. See, we're already up to 3%, so we have a step. It's a step in the right direction. Marking that the phone is dead. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I do have a use for the timer. There's an Apple verification that just won't go away on this. So I have... Oh, shoot. I turned off my timer. So... And I'm starting to wonder if there's a problem with the battery on this phone, because it is charging. We went from 1 to 4% in about 2 minutes. That's not normal. Probably why this phone was changed out in the first place, as it probably was defective. Well, we'll see if we can get a full charge out of this. We'll see how long it takes. Sorry, it's already up to 7%. Is that crazy? And the car charger that I'm using is a 750 milliamp dual USB charger. And again, I would, if it's all you got to use what you have at your disposal. But I would not recommend using a car charger from the dollar store. I tried to do that in a video that you will never see, and it went about as good as you expected. It is very possible that the dollar store battery that I had connected to it killed it. Yeah, so yeah, the dollar store charger is supposed to be a 1 amp. We'll see if we can get this thing up to 20% and go from there, I guess. Now, and I do suspect that batteries, I just don't see it charging that quick, but... now we're at a standstill at 8%. Actually, what we do, we could plug in the original phone that I don't suspect the battery on. It does say 1% charged. You can almost see the battery indicator at this point. Hold on here. 3% charge. Oh, okay, so this might be okay. And check on it again. Already up to 3. And I have no idea how far this is going to go, if it's going to do anything of significance beyond this, so... But we'll give it a good 10-15 minutes, and we'll see where it goes from there. we are up to 4%. Alright, video's been rolling for about 20 minutes and we got about 5% charge, so it looks like, provided that this battery actually does hold up, you might be able to get a full charge out of it. I don't know. If you use a lesser battery, you might even get less. If you're fortunate to have a Energizer Ultimate Lithium on hand or at your disposal, it'll even charge even faster and probably even longer. And if you're caught stranded in the cold somewhere, you won't have to worry about those batteries losing their performance. Normal alkalines do not perform as well in cold weather, where the Energizer Ultimate Lithium, they perform exactly the same whether it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit above or 40 below zero Fahrenheit. So, fun little fact, that's why if you get a thermometer for the outdoors, they recommend the Energizer Ultimate Lithium for that reason. Because you'll get temperature readings that are regardless of what the temperature is outside. Well, whether they perform below 40 below zero, I couldn't tell you, but that's not the point of this story. Alright, so one other thing I did want to show is the use of a AA battery. So let me get that stuff ready for you. I'm going to disconnect my battery from here, and that leaves us at 5% charged. And one word of caution, the Energizer on this particular charger did get hot to the touch, so that might be something to watch out for if you do this. Get my other batteries here. I know probably most of you do not have these objects handy in your house, the battery clips, but if you could get your hands on them, maybe it'll save your life. And this is being recorded on February 23rd, 2021. I don't know if the date code shows up in the video or not, but these are pretty much fresh batteries I took out of the box today. And I'm trying to get the date to focus. March 2030 is the expiration date on these batteries, so pretty fresh, pretty brand new. So, concept is same. You wire them up in a series like so. Negative on the black. And you probably could tape something together too and it would work just fine, but we have alligator clips, you might as well use them. And phone is on. Ah, shoot. Well, you can see by the green LED that we are charging. We do have a charging symbol. It's not saying not charging or anything like that, so we're treading in the right direction. And we'll leave this sit for 10 to 15 minutes and we'll see if we get about the 5% like we did with the 9 volt, or if we get a little bit more, or if we get a little bit less. I don't know what mark that's going to ultimately end up being in this video, but if you want to skip to that, skip 10 minutes from now. case any of you are watching in between time, we're at 9% charged. Right, that's been about 15 minutes or 10 minutes to 15 on my... And look at that, we're up to 14% already. So definitely, if you can get the bigger batteries, the AA's or C's or D's, AA's will be, if you're looking for the clips like I have, will be your best chance by a mile. Well, a lot of your hardware stores are even starting to carry this hobbyist stuff now, so it could happen. You absolutely could stand a chance to find that kind of stuff, and who knows, you may need it one day. So if we got some extra disposable income, maybe keep a couple of those in an emergency drawer somewhere. But if you're really gonna go that desperate, then I would recommend going on Amazon, getting one of those lithium battery packs, charging that up to full, and making sure that's good, because that's going to be far and away more reliable. The phones are designed to handle those chargers. This little setup here is absolute last resort. And one little rant here before I go off for the day here is about the batteries themselves. Now, so I live in the United States, so this is a big deal for me. And anyone that knows me, and you will know me, and you will know soon enough, is like I like to support local businesses and try to do the made in the USA as much as possible. And am I averse to the global economy? Of course not. Like they say in the culinary world, taste is king. But here's the Energizer Max. I hope I can get the camera to cooperate with me. And you can kind of tell this is made in Malaysia. And I know they made batteries there. The Duracell, they were a little sneaky about this. They used to be made in the US, but they're not anymore. You can almost tell it's made in China. Now I suppose if you live in China, this is great for you and maybe a reason to go buy Duracell. If you can understand what I'm saying or care enough to listen, more power to you. Great for your economy. But a lot of cheap stuff comes out of China, unfortunately, so I'm a little bit leery. Oh, and last but not least, this Rayovac is from a year ago, so well, that's unfortunate. Well, and the 9 volts, you're not getting away from it. Made in Malaysia. But the AA's are made in the USA. Look at that. Something still made in the USA. And according to the Rayovac website, these bad boys are manufactured, or one of the big manufacturing companies is in a little town called Fenimore, Wisconsin. That's a cool 4 or 5 hour drive for me. So I guess I'm going to start buying Rayovac from now on. They definitely compete with the best of the Energizers and the Duracells of the world. So unfortunately, my Rayovac theory got shot to hell, but oh well. But at least we found that the AA's are made in the USA, and they're also cheaper and far more readily available. So since I blabbed on for another 5 minutes, let's see what we got here. We are up to a very blurry photo. We're up to 17%, so the AA's are actually doing a pretty good job. I'm not sure if it's the end result of my fast charger, and batteries are not even hot to the or warm to the touch, so far and away the best option is to use the AA. They have some decent ones over at your dollar stores too. So, in theory, if you wanted to be cheap, most dollar stores have these Panasonic Alkaline Plus Power. I don't know how they compare in terms of the big boys competing with them, but if desperation comes, so be it. And use in everyday household items, iPhone's definitely an everyday item, so. But if you use these, be very wary. These are alkaline batteries, so these are the better of the two of the Dollar Tree brand. Skip the zinc type. I can't stress that enough. The heavy duty or the super heavy duty, don't even bother. You'll regret it. There's nothing good that'll come out of it. So that in mind, I'm going to shut up now and know that in terms of a zombie apocalypse or snowstorms or who the hell else knows what's going to happen with this pandemic, if there's something worse that comes up, this may very well save your life. And I know that there's probably gobs of these on the internet, but if some subscriber comes to my channel, this saves his or her life, I can feel good about that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or constructive criticism that I already didn't cover, leave it in the comments section. Thank you again for watching.